Now let us solve one numerical on the basics of gas power cycle. The statement says that air enters, right? It is mentioned that the working fluid is air, right? So if I write the given data here, the given data is the working fluid which is given is air, right? And we know that the air can be treated as an ideal gas, right? Air is given. So the air enters the compressor of a gas turbine working on the Brayton cycle at 1 bar. That means at the inlet of the compressor. That means at point 1. So P1 is given as 1 bar and temperature is 21 degrees Celsius. That means 300 Kelvin. Temperature is this one. If the pressure ratio is 4, pressure ratio is given as 4. What is pressure ratio? Pressure ratio is P2 by P1. Right, from here you can easily calculate P2 will be equal to 4 bar. Right, we are calculating the data simultaneously, that can be easily calculated. So P2 is 4 bar. We have to calculate the maximum temperature. Right, maximum temperature means T3. In this cycle, this is the Brayton cycle on the TS diagram. So maximum temperature is corresponding to this point T3. This is the maximum temperature at the cycle. So you have to find the maximum temperature that is equal to T3. We have to calculate this one, right? We have to calculate this one. When back work ratio is given 0.4. Back work ratio is given as 0.4. So this is the data which is given to us in the question and we have to solve for the T3. Right, we have to solve for T3. So first of all, let us start solving for the various temperatures. P2 is given, P1 is given, temperature T1 is given. So from the process 1 to 2, you can easily calculate T2. So you can write the adiabatic equation that T2 by T1 will be equal to P2 by P1 raised to power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So T2 by T1 is how much? 300 is equal to P2 by P1 is given as 4 bar. Air is there. So 1 minus 4, 1.4 minus 1 into 1 divided by 1.4. So if you solve this, you will get the value of T2 which is equal to, after solving this, T2 will come out to be 445.79. 445.79 Kelvin. This is the value of T2. 445.79 Kelvin. Right. We calculated this T2. Now we have to calculate this T3. But this pressure, that is P2 is constant. This pressure we know. Right. This is P1 is equal to constant. P1 is equal to constant. This here we don't know the volume, so we cannot use the ideal gas equations. Volume is not given. Because this is in this process 2 to 3 pressure is constant, so we need volume to apply the ideal gas equation, that is P2 V2 upon T2 is equal to P3 V3 upon T3, but volumes are not given, so we cannot use it. Now if we manage to calculate this T4, then we can easily calculate T3, right? How to get this T4? We know that in the question it is given that the back work ratio will be equal to 0.4 and back work ratio is work required by the compressor divided by work produced by the turbine. This is given as 0.4. So what is the work required by the compressor? If I write H2 minus H1 divided by work produced by the turbine is H3 minus H4. H3 minus H4. Because air is given, you just pay attention here, because ideal gas is there, and for the ideal gas you can write dH is equal to Cp dt for any process. This concept you have to remember always. For any process we can write dH is equal to Cp dt for an ideal gas. If in the question air is not there, if any other gas is there, then you cannot write that H2 minus H1 will be equal to Cp into T2 minus T1. This relation we can only write for an ideal gas for this work, and this H3 minus H4 can be written as Cp into T3 minus T4. You have to remember this thing. You have to remember this thing, that the change of enthalpy, because this compressor process and this expansion process are adiabatic process, they are not constant pressure. So only for an ideal gas you can write this one. If here in this question air is not given, if any other gas is given, so you cannot write that Cp T2 minus T1 and Cp T3 minus T4. You cannot write like this. But here we have an ideal gas, so we can use that equation. So we will say that 0.4 will be equal to Cp will cancel out, T2 minus T1. How much is T2? 445.79. How much T1? Minus 300 divided by, this is T3 minus T4. T3 minus T4, right? So from here you can say that this T3 minus T4 will be equal to, if you solve this you will get that this T3 minus T4 will be equal to 364.475. This is one equation in terms of T3 and T4. This is your first equation in terms of T3 and T4. From the process 3 to 4 you can write T3 by T4 will be equal to P3 by P4 raised to power gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Here it is not mentioned that gamma for compression is this much and gamma for expansion process is this much, so we can treat both are equal. So from here you can write T3 by T4 is equal to, what is P3? P3 is equal to P2, P4 is equal to P1, this is P2 by P1, this is equal to 4 raised to power 1.4 minus 1 divided by 1.4. Right. From here you will get that T4 will be equal to 0.67 of T3. 0.67 of T3. If you solve this you will get T4 will be equal to 0.67 of T3. Right. And if you put this value in this equation, then you will get the T3 will be equal to 1105.30 Kelvin. This is the answer. Very basic question, gate level question. They can ask this T3. T3 can be calculated like this. And I hope you know these things. We will also discuss when we are solving the further more good numericals. One thing I just want to say here, these relations T2 by T1 is equal to, for the adiabatic, P2 by P1 raised to power gamma minus 1 upon gamma, or T2 by T1 will be equal to V1 by V2 raised to power gamma minus 1, and P1 V1 raised to power gamma is equal to P2 V2 raised to power gamma. These three relations you already know, we all know these relations, but one thing I just want to say that these relations are only valid for an adiabatic, reversible process. This I just want to add here, that they are only valid for an adiabatic reversible process. If the adiabatic process is not reversible, then you cannot use these equations. These equations are only valid for adiabatic reversible process, and one more assumption is there for an ideal gas. If you remember your concept of thermodynamics, we derive these equations for a adiabatic reversible process for an ideal gas, right? So this you have to remember, because in some of the numericals isentropic efficiencies are given. That means the actual process are not reversible adiabatic, they are irreversible adiabatic. So you cannot use those equations to find out the temperatures, right? We will see in the further numericals.